we'll be looking at 4G1 revision on all the different shapes, solids, right? I picked out a worksheet on some of the common shapes and solids that were tested. So here's the first question. First question is on trapezium. All right, so formula for area of trapezium is half sum of the parallel sides A plus B times the perpendicular height. So in this case, where is the two parallel sides? This is the two parallel sides over here, right? So this one will be your A, and this will be your B. And where's the perpendicular height? This one over here will be your perpendicular height. There's a 90-degree perpendicular distance between them, right? Okay, so in this case, the diagram represents a cross-section of a storage box. You have the two parallel sides and you have the name. Write down the geometrical name of this quadrilateral. Right? Do you know how to spell the name? Trapezium. Right? Trapezium. Next question asks us to find angle DCB. So it's looking for angle DCB. If I want to find an angle, remember, we need to use our twa, ka, and so. And not only that, when angle, we need to think of the inverse. So power minus 1, right? But first, let's find a right angle triangle. Since they want an angle DCB, D, C, and B. So they want this angle. But looking at it, I can actually form a right angle triangle over here. I can cut it up into two parts. So if I want to find this angle, I must have some measurement relating to this triangle. Okay, firstly, we know that this portion over here is 50 cm. So this length will also be 50 cm. Okay, next one, what do we know? We know that the whole length over here is 85. This portion is 65. So how much is the small portion over here? I take the whole thing, 85 minus 65. So 85 minus 65 to give me 20. All right. So in this case, I have the triangle over here. And they asked me to find angle DCB. So this is the angle I'm looking at. If I'm looking at this angle, then what are I need to label the sides, right? So 50 will be my side opposite. It doesn't touch the angle, so it's the side opposite to it, okay? And then I have my 20 over here. It touches the side of the angle, but it's not the hypotenuse. So in this case, it's the adjacent. All right, O and A. So looking at O and A, so what do we have? We have TOA. So the only suitable one will be tangent. To find angle, what must we do? Tangent inverse, no more equal sign. O over A. O will be 50, A will be 20. So 50 over 20. Tangent inverse, 50 over 20. Right, and we get our answer, 68.1985. Round off for angle is degree, 1 decimal place, 68.2 degree. Okay, next one, find the area of the cross section. So this whole thing is a cross section, so it's a whole trapezium. So find area of trapezium. The parallel side, 65, 85. Height is 50. So area of the trapezium will be half 65 plus 85, the two parallel sides, times the height 50, or rather the perpendicular distance between them. 65 plus 85. Please remember to put multiplication sign in your calculator when you calculate the number. So 3750 cm squared. Okay, have you gotten your answer? Oops. Right. And now next one over here. Okay, so after we found the area of my cross section, so this is the area of my cross section, they tell me that this storage box is 96 cm long. So this whole thing have 96 cm long, and this cross section over here, this is the area that we have calculated just now. Right, so this one is the area here. This is 3750. So what do I need to do? I need to take 3750 times 96 to find the volume. right? And you notice this is cm squared times cm, so your volume will be cm cubed. They say write down the units of your answer, right? And you get 3, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4. Have you gotten the answer? Next question. So after the 12-month trapezium and trapezoidal prism itself, okay, we can usually commonly have the next shape. That's the cylinder, right? That's the cylinder. So what is the cylinder? Formula for cylinder? Let us recall a little bit for formula for cylinder. So if I have a cylinder, if I want to find the volume, okay, the volume is equals to base area times height. And the base area in this case is in the shape of a circle. So circle have a radius, so it will be volume or radius pi r square. And it depends, if the question is a figure that's lying down, then you'll be the length. But in this case, this one is vertically upwards, so it will be a height. All right, so it can be pi r square h or pi r square times the whole length itself. Now that's for the volume. Okay, if I want to find the curved surface area of the side, so let's say I want to find the curved surface area of this side over here. This one, imagine I'm putting in cream on the side of the rim of my cake. So if I'm putting cream on the rim of my cake, and then I need to put it all the way through the height. So this one over here, the rim itself is called the circumference. Wait, let me write down the curved surface area. Right, so I'm going to take the rim, outer rim, which is your circumference. Circumference can be in terms of 2 pi r, okay, times the whole thing. I need to find the area all the way, right, the h. So I need to multiply with h, 2 pi r h. Or some of you will remember your circumference formula as pi d h. So these two are also both correct. But in this case, if the h, the thick cylinder, is lying down, then you'll be the length, not the vertical height instead. Okay, so in this case, we have a cylindrical tank over here. So it is not a height now, it's a length now. So it's lying down, right? So in this case, the question here says the curved surface of the cylinder tank is to be painted. So I'm going to paint this particular surface over here. Right, I'm going to paint this surface over here. How do I find this surface? I need to take the circumference, paint the rim, right? Rim of it. So the circumference times the whole length over here, right? Times the whole length. And I know the radius is 1.1. So in this case, I need to find the curved surface area. That will be pi r square, 2 pi r, sorry. 2 pi r times the whole length, 5.9. Okay, let me shift this over a little bit. Okay, 2 times pi times r, 2 times pi times 1.1 times 5.9. Okay, and that gives me an area of 40.778. Okay, round up, right? This units here is meter, so it'll be meter square. Right, so first I found the curved surface area that needs to be painted already. Then now they say the painting service costs $1.80 per meter. What do you mean by per meter? Means every meter, per meter square, every meter square will cost $1.80. So how to find the total cost? I take the area that I have multiplied by $1.80. Right, and I get money is in 2 decimal place, $73.40. Have you gotten the answer? Okay, next one, question part B says, calculate the volume of the water that it holds. Volume of water, we'll need to find the base area, which is our whichever, right? So this is the circle, pi r square times the whole length. right? So let me find the volume, but this is in meter, so the volume will be meter cube. So volume equals to pi r square, the radius is 1.1, right? 1.1 square times the whole length, in this case, 5.9 meters. All right, so this is 22.4278, right? But they want the answer, so, but this is meter cube, but they want the answer, give your answer in liters, right? Correct to the nearest liter. They say 1 meter cube is 1,000 liter. So what do I need to do? I need to convert from meter to liters. So I multiply by 1,000, right? So I times 1,000. 7.8. Then they want to correct to the nearest liter, meaning they want the whole number. So in this case, we can round up our number, right? Round up the number. That will be 22428 liters. Have you gotten the concept? Okay. Next, the tanker delivers the water to a factory. A factory uses the water to fill 500 ml of bottles. This one is ml. How many bottles can it fill from the tanker? So we have to remember on our own, 1 liter equals to 1,000 ml. All right, so 500 ml bottles is actually quite small. Then I'll need to fill out many bottles from the tanker itself, right? So in this case, what we need to do, we can convert, we take 224 to 7.8. We use the more accurate answer, okay? Then we round it off to 1,000, or round, we change it to 1,000 ml. Okay, milliliter. Then we can divide this number, the number of bottles will be this number, divide by 500 ml. Okay, alternatively, you can change the 500 ml to liters, 0.5 liter, then divide by 0.5, also can. All right, so 224278 divide by 500. And that gives me, I can fill 44855.6. So the 0.6 here is not full, so I cannot fill that bottle. So I should fill 44855 bottles. Wow, that's a lot. Okay, next question. The factory packed these bottles in boxes of 24. So I'm going to split this up in boxes of 24. I divide by 24. Okay, and that gives me, not a nice number, 1868.958. So insufficient to pack full number. So in this case, I'm going to round down. So I'll pack 1868 boxes. Okay. Have you gotten the concept? Next question. Now this one, last time it comes up very often in our TYS paper, but recently for the past 5 years, it have not been coming up, have not been tested very much. So you never know how comes whether suddenly they will test or not. But anyway, so I'm just to go through the basics. All right, we have studied this in Sec 3. A pyramid has a base, square base. This is a square base pyramid. If it's a square base pyramid, it means this side is 15, the other side, all the sides over here are 15. Okay, and a height of 20 cm. So the question here says the height is 20 cm. There are some things we need to know. Okay, if this one is my perpendicular height, this one L over here will be my slant height. Okay, and we can link it together to find Pythagoras theorem by drawing this. How much will this be? The whole thing over here is 15. How much will this short one in the middle here be? This one will be 15 divided by 2. That gives me 7.5 cm. right? So this one you must know, and then this is going to be your slant height. So you can use Pythagoras theorem to help you find your slant height. Right? How do you find the slant height using the Pythagoras theorem? Right, this one is the hypotenuse, the long one, right? Do you add or do you subtract? I have to add them together, right? What number plus what number? So I have 20 square plus 7.5 square. Then I need to take square root. So I can use this to calculate for L, the slant height later. Okay, so let's look at the first part of the question. Find the volume of the pyramid. Anything sharp for volume of pyramid. This one is not given. Anything sharp or whichever, right? Have 1/3. The base is quite big, right? So times the base area times perpendicular height, vertical height. So 1/3. The base area over here is a square. So the base area is a square. What's the area for a square? 15 times 15. That gives me 225. So 1/3 times base area 225 times the vertical height over here is 20. Right? If the number is not exact, I don't mind leaving it into as a fraction. But if the answer is exact, then it'll be good lah. Correct? If not, then you should leave it in fraction. Oh, in this case, the answer is exact. So 1,500 cm cube. Okay. Now this pyramid opens up. So you have the triangle. You open up. How many triangles would there be? There will be 4 different triangles. 4 same shape of triangles. So in this case, you'll notice that the slant height over here from the slanted it opens up. So it becomes the length over here, the slant height. Okay, so find the slant height of the pyramid. How have we decided to find the slant height of the pyramid? We use the Pythagoras theorem, 20 and 7.5. Can you recall how we get 7.5? We got 815 over here, right? So we divide by 2 to get 7.5. Let me draw this triangle down so that I can see it clearly. So this one is my height, 20. So this is 7.5. 7.5 comes from 15 divided by 2. Then you have your slant height over here, the L. Okay, so L equals to square root. I'm looking for the hypotenuse, the longer side. So that will be 20 square plus 7.5 square root. Okay, and I get 21.360. Then round off to 3 sig fig, 21.4 cm. Okay, now if I'm going to find the total surface area of the pyramid, the total surface area of pyramid is made up of area of the triangle plus the area of the square, right? So now I need to find area of one triangle. And this height over here, this part is 21.360. And my base for my triangle, this one is the base of my triangle, 15. So area of one triangle, half times base times height. So area of 4 triangle, I got 4 triangles, right? That will be half times base, which is 15, times the height, 21.360. And there are 4 triangles, so multiply by 4. And in this case, I get 640.8. So that's the area of the 4 triangles already. But then I need to add something else. I need to add the area of my square over here, right? So I need to add the area of this square. So this is a square. So this is 15 by 15. So the base area is 225, right? So we calculated the base area just now already, 15 by 15. So area of square okay, then now let's find the total area. I'll take the two numbers, do what to it? Add them together. And I get 865.8. No, sorry, 8. Then, since I already have this value to be not accurate, not the exact value, so I round it off to 36866 cm squared. Have you gotten the concept? So for this one, first find volume, and volume for pyramid, 1/3 base area times height. Then use the Pythagoras theorem, right? Find the slant height. Then find area of one triangle times 4. Then area of the square base. Then add them up together. Right? Have you gotten the concept? Now move on to the next question. Next one, this one. Arc length sector area. Let's write down the formula first. First, if I want to find arc length, length is in cm, right? Correct? The arc length or meters or kilometers, right? So I need to use the angle, which is this one, right? This theta, this one is the theta, the angle. So theta over 360 times, I want to find the arc length is the circumference on the rim. So it's 2 pi r, right? Area of sector, right? Area of sector is in cm square. So I'll take the angle, theta over 360 cm square, right? So got square, right? So it'll be pi r square area. Okay, so first question over here, let us find the arc length of AB. We have the radius is 24, the theta is the angle is 60. So to find the arc length, length. So length is in cm, so it's just this portion over here. So that will be using the formula. The angle given to me is 60 over 360 times 2 by the radius is r. Okay, this formula will not be given, so please memorize it. Right, 60 over 360 times 2 by r. And that will give me 25.1327, rounding it off, 25.1 cm. Okay, now the next question, they want to find the perimeter. Perimeter means the rim, right? So it's not just only adding this one over here. What else do I need to add? I need to add the two sides, the two radius, right? So this is 24. So I take my previous answer over here. Okay, add 24. Wait a minute. I'll take the more accurate one. So perimeter 25.1327. I add the two per radius, right? R and R, so plus 24 plus 24. And that gives me 73.1327. And round it off, that will give me 73.1 cm. Have you gotten the answer? All these are in 3 sig feet. Next one, find the area of the sector AOB. So area of the sector, that will be theta over area, right? Pi r square, cm square, pi r square. So theta over 360, that will be 60 degrees over 360 times pi r square. Radius was 24 square. And that gives me 301.59, rounding off 302 cm squared. 3 sm. Have you gotten the answer? With that, we'll move on to the next type of solid. So this one is a cuboid here, right? Sometimes, but the question will not be as simple as this, right? But it comes in the form of other kind of word problems, right? Usually in practical situation. For example, you have a water tank, or you can have a stack of papers or whichever that stack up to a certain height and things like that, okay? Or a box, a card box, okay? So there are a few types, but let's do only the basics first. So find the volume of the cuboid. So part A, volume equals to length times breadth times height. So the length 18, breadth 5 and 4. Don't know, length 18, 4 and 5. She doesn't matter lah, huh? Just need to multiply all three of them together. So you get 360 cm cube. Volume, cm cube. Now I'm going to find the total surface area. Right, so there are a few different areas that we need to think of. Number one, let us look at the area for our top portion. So this is our top here. This is actually the shape of a rectangle. So this is 4 cm and the length here is 18 cm. So the area of the top will be 18 times 4. Okay, but then there will be two sides. One is the top and the other one is the bottom, right? So in this case, you times 2, right? Top and bottom. Next one, let's look at our sides, okay? The two sides over here. I will have this side over here. This is actually a rectangle as well, right? And this height over here is 5 cm. And then the length over here is 4 cm. Correct? So this is 4 cm, this is 5 cm. So I have a side area of the side. 4 times 5 is 20. So 4 times 5. But then there is a left-hand side and there's also a right-hand side. Okay, so this one also need to times 2. Next one, we look at the front, right? The one in front that it has. This one is an area of a rectangle as well. So this one over here will be 5 cm times 18 cm. Right, 5 times 18. But then there's a front, there's also a back, front and back, right? So there are a total of 6 different sides here. Then we can add all this up together. Plus 45 times 2 plus 4 times 5 times 2 plus 5 times 18 times, oh, why is it 6? This one should be times 2, right? Yeah. Okay, and then we get answer 364 cm squared. That will be the total surface area of the cuboid. Have you gotten the answer? Next page, last page of all. Now, these are not very commonly tested, but it still comes out once in a while, okay, for the past few years. So let's take a look at this one. A hemisphere, keyword hemi. So remember to multiply by half. Now, the formula for a sphere is given in the formula sheet. So the formula for a sphere, volume for sphere, a full sphere will be 4/3 pi r cubed. If you don't know, don't remember, the formula sheet has this formula. So this is given. You're going to read and you're going to find, right? The curved surface area of the sphere, the whole ball, okay, is given as 4 pi r squared. This is also given in the formula sheet. Cannot find, cannot remember, go and look for that first, the second page, right? The cover page there, right? So now let's find the first one, volume of a hemisphere. Hemi, remember to multiply by half. So the volume equals to half times the formula given 4/3 pi r cubed. What is the radius in this case? The radius is the number 8. Right, so we get the answer 1072.33, rounding it off 1073. 1, 2, 3, but this one here 3 feet, so this one will change to 1000 ruble, right? So this will be 0 cm cube 3 sm. Okay, it involves pi, so the answer will not be exact already, so we need to round it off. Okay, next one, find the curved surface area of the hemisphere. The curved surface area of the hemisphere is this portion, right? This curve. They give us that the whole sphere is 4 pi r square. It's a hemisphere, so the area will be, need to take half because it's hemisphere, so times 4 pi r square. R will be radius 8 square. Then that would be 402.123, round off 402 cm square 3 sm. Okay, so this portion over here, 402.124, right? I want to find the total surface area. If I want to find the total surface area, I need to have something on top. This is a solid, right? So in this case, I need to add this portion here. Okay, but if this is an open bowl, right, then you don't need at the top, right? Then the total surface area will be just 402. But now it's a solid, so you need to close up the top, right? So this one over here, the top, this portion is the area of a circle. Do you remember what's the formula for area of a circle? That would be pi r square, right? So let me find the area of circle. Pi r square. And that gives you 201.06. Then what we do, we want to find the total. We take this and this one, add together. That gives me 603.184, rounding it off to 3 feet, 603 cm squared. Have you gotten the answer? Now let's look at our last question for the day. Now for this part, a solid cone. Okay, a cone, the formula for cone is given. So volume for cone equals anything sharp or whichever got the fraction 1/3 times the base area. Base area is that of a circle. So this one will be pi r square times the perpendicular height h. Okay, so in this case will be 1/3 times pi. And we have the answers, 376.99, rounding it off, 377 cm cube. Okay, now next one, find the slant height of the cone. The slant height of the cone is this one over here, L, right? Do you find this a little bit familiar? We've seen it somewhere in your what? In the way when we do Pythagoras theorem, the Pythagoras theorem for the slant height of the pyramid, right? So if you look carefully, this one is my radius here. This is 6 cm and a right angle triangle. So to find the slant height of the cone, I can find the hypotenuse. Do we add or do we subtract? So we add together, right? What plus what? That will be 10 square plus 6 square square root. So L equals to and that gives me 11.6619, rounding it off, 123, 11.7 cm, 3 sm. Okay, next part, find the curved surface area of the cone. The curved surface area of cone is given to be pi RL. So we read this is given in the formula sheet. I'm going to find out the curved surface area of cone. All right, curved surface area of the cone, pi RL. So in this case, to find this, it will be pi times my radius, which is 6, times the slant height. I'm going to use the more accurate one, 11.6619. That will give me 6 times 11.6619, 219.82. Right, then with that, we round it off 1, 2, 3, round up 220 cm squared, 3 sm. Okay, have you gotten the answer? Now, if the question asks us to find the total surface area, then and it's a solid cone, then I need to add the circular base at the bottom. Right, but since they never asked, so just the curved surface area cone. Okay. If you are okay, then with that, I come to the end of this part of the formula. Please study all the different formulas, and some of them are given. So please know which one are given, then which one are not given. So these are the ones that are not given. Cylinder, pyramid. Okay, these formulas are not given, right? Area of sector, arc length, sector area, this formula is also not given. Right, trapezium also not given. So please memorize the one that you need to memorize, and I wish you good luck for your exam. Thank you for watching this video. Bye-bye.